Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. T7M Radio Live, man. Boys and girls, good fucking morning. Y'all already know what we about to do. We got some things to talk about. And I'm about to start some shit here this morning, man. Appreciate y'all locking in this morning, man. I got to take this thing to the west, man. We got to take this thing to the west because I got a question. I don't rarely hear this talked about. But who is the best in the west? Is it DAYLYT? Is it the bar guard, Danny Myers? Who is actually the king of the West Coast? Subscribe to the channel, y'all. T7M Radio, man. We about to rock out. The phone number is in the chat. If y'all want to call up, we gonna talk this thing out, man. We gonna break this thing down. We got all morning. You already know how we give it up, man. Subscribe to the channel. If y'all on Facebook, man, we got the Battle at Facebook debate group, T7M Radio. The links are in the description box. If y'all want to make any type of contributions, first of all, salute to everybody that donated yesterday. We definitely reached the goal for yesterday. Today's goal is $30. If you want to contribute to the network, the PayPal link and the Streamlabs link are both in the description box. Both links go to the PayPal account. If you use the Streamlabs link, your donation, your contribution will pop up on the screen. So if y'all want to make a $1 donation to the network, man, we definitely thank you guys in advance. Salute to everybody out there. Big up to my guy Killer Chef. I see he locked and loaded. We definitely want to talk our shit this morning. The phone number is in the chat, man, if y'all want to call up. T7M Radio, man. I'm Seven Mitchell. We got to talk about the West Coast. Who's the king of the West? Who's the best in the West? I don't hear this talked about, but is it Danny Myers or is it DAYLYT? We got to get into this shit, man. To me, when it come down to this thing, I'm breaking this thing down to possibly, I want to say, 3 categories. Danny Myers and DAYLYT. Who has done more for battle rap? It's number 1. Who has been more successful overall in their career? That's number 2. And number 3, last but not least, who's the nicest? Who's the nicest? We got to get this thing rocking and rolling, man. T7M Radio Live, this 7 Mitchell, man. Get them likes up. Hit that like button. We about to rock out. We about to talk about this whole thing. Who's the best in the West? Let's start it off, man. Number 1, my first category was who has done more for battle rap. This is a tough call. I mean, you look at the work ethic of Danny Myers. It's hard to measure his work ethic compared to a lot of other battle rappers because I don't think that they're on the same level. You know, Danny is a workaholic, man, to the utmost. Whether it's in a battle, whether it's a radio battle, whether anything that involves battle rap, Danny is always giving 100% to me. And I think that type of commitment does a lot for battle rap as a whole. However, the acknowledgement that Danny should be getting for having that type of commitment and loyalty do not be the same. We clearly know Danny gets the short hand of the stick sometimes when they come to opportunities. Now, DAYLYT, can you argue that DAYLYT has done more for battle rap than Danny Myers? Well, let's talk about it. You know, they both got elite pen games. You know, DAYLYT does a little bit more outside of battle rap than Danny Myers. So in a sense, and you would really have to kind of dig up some numbers, but if DAYLYT is bringing in people that were not originally battle rap fans into battle rap because of his antics, because of, you know, different things that they see, if he's bringing in new fans to the culture, I think that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. But, you know, as far as commitment, loyalty, dedication to the game, DAYLYT is one of the best to do it. We're not going to argue that. We're not going to debate that. But Wade feel like it's Danny Myers, you know, as far as being the best. I don't want to downplay DAYLYT's skill set, but his commitment is not on the same level as Danny Myers, without question. Killer Chef said Danny Myers has done more. DAYLYT brought antics into battle rap. But my only thing about it, Killer Chef, if the antics, because of course DAYLYT has been on Vlad TV. He's been on numerous platforms. If regular people, blue collar people that's not into battle rap, watch DAYLYT and get interested into battle rap because of what they're seeing from him, you gotta say that that's actually helping the culture because it's bringing in new people. I see a lot of motherfuckers in battle rap, media, rappers, league owners, bloggers. A lot of people like to take credit for moving the culture forward and pushing the culture forward and all this dumb stuff. If you are not bringing in fans that are not original battle rap fans, if you're not bringing anybody new into the battle rap culture, you are not doing anything for the culture. You're basically on the same treadmill as everybody else. You're helping to keep everyone that's already involved entertained. But if you're not bringing in new people to the culture, you're not really doing shit. So I don't really care about how many views you get from your platform, whether you a rapper, whether you a blogger, whether you a media outlet. None of these people are actually bringing in new people into battle rap. I don't care what platform you name. Nobody, I don't think there's a platform that's, the only group of people that I think in battle rap that are bringing new people into battle rap that wasn't battle rap fans before will probably be the Christian rappers. Loso, A-Ward, Street Hymns. I think those cats are potentially bringing in fans that weren't battle rap fans originally. Everything else, man, is just like, just running in place, man. Shout out to the homie Rebel in the building. Wade says Danny Myers is underrated and don't get the respect he deserves. Now, that's no question. There's no debate about that, man. Danny Myers is definitely, I don't want to say underrated because who's underrating Danny Myers? You know, if he's getting the short end of the stick from the league owners, that's strictly business. You know, it could be bad business, but I don't think that's underrating him. I think the fans, I think the streets, I think his competition, I think his peers, everybody know how to bar guard, give it up. So I wouldn't say Danny Myers is underrated. I would probably say he's more or less underappreciated, but I definitely think you make a good point. T7M Radio Live, man. It's 7 Mitchell. We talking about DAYLYT versus Danny Myers. Who's the king of the West Coast? These two have never battled. I really don't see them ever battling. But when you look back at it, man, when I break this three categories down, who has done more for battle rap? Who's been more successful? And who's the nicest? Looking at the chat, T7M Radio, man, everybody feels like for the most part that Danny Myers has done more for the culture. Wade says my main things, saw 2 vids by day and said he gay. In my opinion, niggas is just a troll or something of that nature. Yeah, well, see, yeah, DAYLYT, to the everyday battle rap fan, the shit DAYLYT do could rub you the wrong way. But to someone that's not into battle rap, if they come across a DAYLYT interview, like a DAYLYT interview with Vlad TV, and you see how he talk all the crazy stuff about Diddy or Tekashi or what have you, it could increase the interest level of that person to follow DAYLYT, to see what he does in his everyday life. And if they come across a battle, then, you know, that could lead them into being a supporter or a new fan of battle rap. So even though DAYLYT pushed the button and pushed the envelope, potentially what he's doing or what he has done could have brought new people into battle rap that wasn't there before. So let's get into the second thing, man. When it comes to DAYLYT, Danny Myers, as far as who's the best in the West ever, who's more successful? Who's had a more successful career? Would y'all say that the bar guard has had a more successful career than DAYLYT? Or is it the other way around? We've seen DAYLYT be on tour. We've seen DAYLYT be on Vlad TV. We've seen DAYLYT be on multiple interviews on different platforms. DAYLYT is a good actor. As far as battle rap, both resumes are crazy. Both resumes are crazy. A lot of similar opponents, I think, for the most part. They both have longevity. But who has been more successful? We talked about Danny Myers not getting a lot of the opportunities that he deserves. So there clearly has to be some type of cap on the level of his success. But But even though DAYLYT has been talked about and always trending, does that make him successful? Rebel said he would have to say Danny Myers, because even though DAYLYT is from the West, he never really repped it like Danny does. Danny does definitely put on for the West. And when I think about success, who would you say is the most successful, Rebel? Would you say that DAYLYT's career has been a more successful career than Danny Myers? It's a tough call to me. It's a tough call to me. T7M Radio Live, man. It's 7 Mitchell. Get them likes up, man. Hit that like button. We taking this thing to the West Coast, man. DAYLYT versus Danny Myers. Who's the king of the West, man? Who's the best in the West? Today's donation bar goal is $30. We got $10 already in the donation bar. Thank you guys for all the contributions and the donations, man. We definitely appreciate it. Let's see if we can get to that $30 mark by the end of the day. The PayPal link and the Streamlabs link is in the description box if you guys want to donate $1 or more to the network. The links are in the description box. Let's see if we can tap this goal before the end of the day. Danny Myers, DAYLYT. I guess to me, the second topic as far as success, who's had the most successful career, I guess it depends on how you measure success. If you talk about views, if you talk about trending, being a trending topic, you may have to give that to DAYLYT. For Danny Myers to be in the game so long, I just feel like his career, even though he could stop now and I don't think it'll take away from the respect, certain parts of Danny Myers' career just feel so incomplete to me. You talk about longevity, Danny Myers has been in this game for the longest time. Never touched the Summer Madness stage. We now have 2 Summer Madnesses, one in August, one in September. One of the Summer Madnesses, this weekend, is actually in Vegas, in the West Coast. Danny Myers still have not touched the URL Summer Madness stage. Nor has DAYLYT. DAYLYT has only been on URL one time. It's going to be interesting, man. So I think as far as who's had a successful career, I think that's kind of debatable. I don't know. Maybe I need to be drug tested. I don't know.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
Last but not least, though, people, because I'm not going to hold y'all up too long with this one. Who's the fucking nicest? Who's the nicest? DAYLYT or Danny Myers? Who's the nicest between the two? Straight skills. Fuck all the antics. Fuck all the dumb shit. Who's the nicest? DAYLYT is very complex, man. Pin game is ridiculous. Danny Myers is the bar guard. I think Danny Myers could dumb things down a little bit better than DAYLYT so that the average Joe could probably get it better. But if you are an advanced battle rap fan, if you are a scholar, if you really into wordplay, I think DAYLYT and Danny Myers is neck and neck. I don't really know how you can just, without really thinking and doing some, soul searching, determine one pin being better than the other. Rebel says when it's all said and done, Danny is going to go down as one of the best. Yeah, I know, and I'm kind of thinking that DAYLYT, he's going to be looked at as the total opposite. A could have been, should have been type of great. Definitely both got their moments. With New Jersey twerking Danny Myers, I'm just going to keep it real, man. I like Danny Myers. I'm pretty sure it would have been a dope battle. But a Danny Myers battle doesn't do anything for New Jersey Twerk's career, man. It doesn't. I mean, if you look at New Jersey Twerk within the past 10 months, all the battles that he's took and everything is calculated. We know Danny will put on a dope battle. Danny might beat Twerk. But if Twerk beats Danny, what's the difference between Twerk beating Danny and Twerk beating JC? You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, it's like pole position wise, status wise, Twerk doesn't really move up in the ranks in the power ranking for beating Danny Myers. I'm sorry. So it's tough, but I think like with him being so young, starting shit off so early. Yo, you funny, yo. With him starting off so early, you know, calculating his career and his opponents are key. I thought Danny versus Twerk would have been dope because it was in Cali. The people in Cali was good to see Twerk live. But as far as the matchup, I really wasn't excited. And then when it didn't go down, I predicted that it wouldn't go down. Then it didn't go down. So I'm not really pressed to see that at this point, man. It's not really a big deal to me, man. It'll be a good battle, but it's not a big deal. Because even if Danny Myers beat Twerk, he's still going to get blackballed 9 times out of 10. And if Twerk beats Danny Myers again, it doesn't do anything really for his career. I mean, you can say that he beat somebody that's dope with the pen, but look what he did to JC. So, you know, I think that Danny Myers' story may have been set already. Danny Myers' story may be set already, but I think that he's going to have to find something else. I'm not going to say so much outside of battle rap, but he's going to have to do something different because he's in his prime, and I don't know if he's going to get more acknowledgement than he's been getting right now. DAYLYT doesn't seem to care as much, and DAYLYT is kind of putting his foot into the mainstream world of hip-hop. So DAYLYT got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Salute, Rebel, man. I appreciate you locking in this morning, man. Have a dope day at work, man. We about to make it do what we do, man. I'm not even going to hold y'all up, man. We about to go ahead and end the live, but I wanted to talk about DAYLYT and Danny Myers, man. Who's the king of the West? They have not battled yet. We rarely hear these guys talk about, you know, being opposition. But who's held California? Who's held the West Coast down more? Danny Myers or DAYLYT, man? 7 Mitchell, T7M Radio Live, man. Y'all stay safe. Hit that like button if y'all like the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. We're going to be back this afternoon with another live. We got a whole rack of things to discuss, man. Salute to the chat. Big up to Wade Enterprise. Big up to Rebel. We be back this afternoon, man. Y'all be good. 1.